Hello ETT lovers, Vlad here, your Brazilian coach. Heading to Sitar Club again to play in real life. So this is part 2. If you missed part 1 video, watch it because it's gonna make more sense. And I'm gonna try again. This is the second session and the last one, because after that in a few days I'm gonna go back home where there's no table tennis clubs around. So I'm staying in São Paulo for this week. So the idea is doing these 2 sessions. Today Rodrigo Leo is gonna teach a group session, and I hope that I can play better than I did the first time a couple of days ago. Today probably we're gonna do more like regular simple drills. This is what I'm expecting at least. The first day I was playing just random matches, having fun with my old friends. So I hope that I can adjust better to timing and ball trajectory, because it was very painful a couple of days ago. Also the rubbers, Teddy changed my rubbers for this session now. At the end, if you watched the first video, at the end of the training session, I was trying Teddy's pedal and it was much more comfortable. I could feel the ball better. And then he kindly changed my rubbers for today. So playing with my pedal, my blade, with his rubbers. So hopefully I can play slightly better. There's no miracle though. Probably it's gonna be very similar to a couple of days ago. But my old rubbers were not really helping me the first session, so maybe now I can have a better feeling and having more fun. I was struggling to generate enough arc while top spinning the balls, and my game is all about top spin, heavy top spin, high arc, and I couldn't do it. It was very, very hard for me. I felt like everything was kind of a flat, the trajectory, if that makes sense. So let's see if I can change that a bit more today. And this is what I'm hoping for. Okay guys, wish me luck. And at the end of the training session, I'll probably have some considerations at the end. My last impressions about the practice. Let's see how it goes. So guys, these are the rubbers I'm playing today. So this Yola Daenerys, something like that, don't know how to pronounce it. This version ACC, apparently it's a softer version. And also this one is the same one, but the version is AGR. Slightly harder, the sponge. So those 2 I'm playing today in my old blade. So here I am after the second session, and I want to talk about three things. First, the rubbers that made a huge difference today. I could feel much better, especially with that softer version, the ACC version. They say it's a medium hard sponge. So back in the day, when I first started, I loved playing with soft sponges when the ball was still 38 millimeters smaller than it is today. And then when they changed the size of the ball, I started playing with medium rubbers, medium sponge, medium hardness, right? And that makes sense. Medium hard is more, it's closer to what I'm used to. And the other one, the AGR, it was, for me, it was a bit too hard. If I was playing in real life constantly, maybe I could control better this hard sponge. But for today, that was a bit too much. It was hard. So if you watched all the highlights from today's session, the red rubber is the softer one. And I was trying to play some points with the red one on my forehand, sometimes on my backhand. I wish I had the same rubber on both sides for today. But it is what it is. I'm happy that Teddy changed the rubbers for me, because I could have a much better training session today. So this is the first thing. The second thing is, talking to Rodrigo Leo there at some point, he said that I was playing 20% of my capacity, 20% of my real life game. And it's kind of a nice hearing that, because I felt something similar, 20-30% of my capacity. Of course, after so long, almost 6 years, not playing real life, I think 20% is pretty good, actually. And Rodrigo Leo knows my game a lot in real life, because he was, the last 5-6 years I was playing real life, I was preparing for tournaments under his supervision. So he knows exactly what I'm capable of. And it was nice to hear that. And I still think I needed at least 2 or 3 months only playing real life to get close to my 80%, 90%, maybe 100% of what I can do in real life. So I'm not willing to do that. As you all know, there's no clubs where I live. And also, I'm very happy with virtual reality table tennis at the moment. I have everything I need in the virtual world. I have good friends. I have all my students. All the money I'm making nowadays comes from teaching classes in the virtual world. So I'm very happy with that. And maybe even if I had a chance to play in real life again, I would maybe go here and there, maybe once a week, just to have fun, to see different people. But I would still spend all my energy as a competitor and as a coach in virtual reality. So that being said, the last thing I want to talk to you to finish this video is about pedal settings. It's very clear for me now, after having this experience in real life after so long, that 11 table tennis pedal settings is absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. I would change, if I could, literally everything in pedal settings. Bounciness is wrong, spin is absolutely wrong, throw coefficient is also wrong. And I'll give you some example. Playing real life, when we are playing flat shots, blocking, or doing whatever, attacking with less spin and more speed, we feel that the blade, the wood, is helping a lot to generate this power and the ball's trajectory. And comparing to virtual reality, it feels like there's no blade, there's no wood, it's just rubbers. It's a huge difference, actually. So that's probably related to bounciness. If I could change, it would be bounciness would go up to not to 100. If you turn lab bounce data on, it goes from 0 to 100. Maybe should go to 130, maybe 150, just to have that feel that the blade is behind the rubber pushing the ball forwards. So I think bounciness is absolutely wrong. We need more bounciness to have a more realistic feeling. Spin also is much harder in real life to generate spin. And today we have in 11 table tennis 70 as minimum spin and 82 as maximum. Maybe 70 should be maximum. Maybe minimum should be something around 40. So if you want to play max spin, it would be equivalent of 70 today. If you want to simulate maybe short pips, it would be something around maybe 55. I'm just guessing numbers, right? Because at the end of the day, we should, I don't have access to change those numbers and try. So maybe I'm completely wrong about the numbers, but the idea is having much less spin. And if you want to go for maybe anti-spin rubber, something around 40, something like that. So instead of 12 different levels of spin, 70 to 82, should be maybe 30, 40 to 70, something like that. And also throw coefficient is way harder to generate arc when you're top spinning the ball in real life. So, and the spin changes a lot. So if you play, try this if you want, play with minimum spin, and then you have to play with more throw coefficient to have that feeling of generating that arc. So maybe a throw coefficient should be 1.10 maximum if the spin, max spin is 70, right? Because the spin helps a lot, the arc. So I would change everything, to be honest. I would change everything. Maybe some realistic paddle for 11 table tennis would be something like lab bounce data on, 130, 140 bounciness, 70, maybe 60 or 70 spin, and something like 1.08 throw coefficient, maybe less, maybe 1.05, I don't know. It's hard to tell, but in my head now would be something like that. And, or if you want the virtual reality to be closer to real life, I'm not saying it should be closer, but if this is the idea, paddle settings should change drastically. And when they changed the physics, kind of almost like 6 months ago, sort of, they rushed too much, in my humble opinion. They did it in a few weeks, like a month, and this is not enough, and not enough top players helping the process to have different opinions. And we know why they were rushing to release the new physics because uh, Table Tennis Training Simulator, different game, was about to be released, and they rushed to improve the physics, maybe afraid of this new game stealing all the players from 11 table tennis. I don't know, but they should pay more attention to paddle settings, because it's absolutely wrong. It doesn't matter if you change, and I said that when they changed the spin from 96 to 9, from 96 to 82, right? Before was 96, if I'm not wrong. Because they were complaining that it's unrealistic, the amount of spin. They just changed the amount of spin, but it doesn't matter if you can manipulate bounciness and throw coefficient the same way. The spin is still very wrong. It doesn't matter if you reduce the spin. You have to change all the other two settings, right, for the rubbers. And this is something that, if the idea is bringing it closer to real life, it's absolutely crucial to change the pedal settings. But I'm very happy with virtual reality table tennis, the way it is. I don't think it should be much closer to real life. It's not necessary. It's, as I said in the part 1 video, two different sports, real life and virtual reality. And it's a lot of fun playing virtual reality. The game is absolutely amazing, but it's just different. It's just different than real life, and that's okay. That's perfectly fine, right? But if you want to change something now, maybe keep the physics as it is and change all the pedal settings. That would be my guess to make it closer to real life. All right, hope you enjoyed these 2 videos about my experience in real life after so many years. And I had lots of fun. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the virtual world very soon.